in this video I want to share with you how you can use Canva and Canva for free if you want to plan your Instagram feed in a more thoughtful and aesthetic way. Let's get started. So the first thing is that you need to upload your own images to Canva. And I don't have any images on this account because I specifically wanted to choose the free version of Canva because I know that not all of you have the paid version. In case you want to get the paid version, it's in the link description below. Anyways, we can just use our own photos, which is ideal, or we can use Canva's suggested photos. So let's say we add minimalist, and now again, if you use the free version, you will have way fewer options. However, you still have some. So all of these photos I've chosen here were free. Now, the important part about this is it depends on how you're going to use this feed. So the size of this feed is either you create a new page, you choose custom file size, and it's either 1080 to 1080, which is basically your post size. However, if you do want to create one where you created the feed and then you just cut the images and use them, you could go here, and so we will duplicate it by 3, and that's the number we need to use. So then we will go back to Canva and make sure that our size is this size. So that's the size of the file. Then you just drag and drop the images you want like that very easily. Then you can move them around if you want. And the nice part about Canva is that once you're done with your images, I'm just gonna go back so I have the first feed, you'll see that they are recently used. So you'll see them over here and you can easily drag and drop the images that you want. Now, what I like to do first, before I do this, is actually create a file which is portrait mode. So our size for these pages would be, you create new design, custom size, it's 1080 by 1350. So that's the portrait size for Instagram. And what I like to do next is create this little square thing because then it shows me how it will look like on my feed. So what I would do is here I would just click R, letter R for rectangle, or you can find it in the elements. So if you go to shapes, you'll find the rectangle. Once that's created, I usually hold Command and Shift on Mac, and Option and Shift on Mac, and that makes sure that I have, for Windows it would be Alt and Shift. So this allows me to drag the shape. So I just make sure it touches all my sides. You could also just do it a different way. You could just drag it like that, but then, you know, it's not gonna be equal. So I usually use Shift and Option keys to help me. Now you see that there's this line appearing. So what I do after I draw the shape is I go to File, I go to Settings, I make sure that Show Rulers and Guides is clicked because that shows me this part, and then I just drag it and snap it to the shape. So I do it for both. And once I do that, I delete it, and now each new page I create will have these rulers for me so I can see them. So for me, I just need to see if it's looking all right. Once I'm done with the images, and by the way, I'm going to show you how it looks like. So I just add all my images here. You could also add the text, because that's what Canva is the best for, actually, is the text editing. So if I add the text here, and let's say I make this white so you can see, or whatever. So you see I have two texts here. Now let's say I made a mistake and I wrote text with a double X instead of text with one X. What happens then, and I do it in every post, so it doesn't matter, it could be one more. What happens then is I click Command F on my keyboard, Command F, and then I look for text. And as you can see, it's highlighted already. And then what I can do is replace with, and I can replace with text, and I click replace all, and now all of my files are edited and nicely done. So really great when you do Facebook ads, for example, and you need to change a sale. So let's say text, instead of this text, I need minus 30%. And let's say your client last minute says that it's minus 25. Well, let me tell you, it's a pain to change it in every page, but also it kind of avoids the mistakes that you could be making. So this is how it looks like. And then I would just download all these files, download PNG. As you can see, nothing I need to do so my Canva is free. And I download those files and then I would just upload them and put them here. Another way is that you start with the feed and then I just screenshot my feed and I add that feed that I've screenshotted at the very end. What that does, let me move myself over here. I can click over here and I can see all of the images in my feed like this. What for me also, I like to look at my text, especially text files, from different ways. So I like to zoom in, I like to zoom out, I like to look at it in the Facebook Ads Manager and so on, because I noticed that if I check my text in different formats, like smaller, bigger, and so on, I notice the mistakes better. So that's just me. Okay, so then if you did create a feed like this, I do usually prefer to minimize the spacing. Now to create this feed, by the way, I will upload a template in the description, but you can go to elements and you can go scroll down to find grids. And then inside this grid, you can find this specific one, which is just 9 squares. And it's always, I wish they put it closer to me. It's always somewhere here. So you find it over here and then you click on it and that's it. So let's put it on the new page. And then I can change the spacing however I want. So it's also nice to see. And if you have clients, it's nice to show them different options. So you just upload this and that's it. So once I'm done with my file, I make sure that the spacing is 0 now. And then I download that page, the first one. So you choose the current page or page 1 and download the file. Once you download that file, you go to this website, it's free, and you choose the file, you upload the image, you make sure it's both grid and it's 3 blocks, and then the quality is 100, and then it's 3 blocks over here. And then you just split the image and download the files, and that's it. Then you can upload it to Facebook, Creator, or whatever you're using. I personally have the latest creation, which is the social media planner, and then I would upload it for my clients inside the media planner so they see the squares over here, and that automatically leads me to the monthly view. In case you want to see more about this planner, there's a link in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching, and please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I also have another video where I show you how to quickly create carousels and how to quickly create bulk content. So if that's interesting, it's also in the description. Thank you and see you next time. Bye.